We are at number 8. We're at number 8 in the top 15 WrestleMania matches. My favorite WrestleMania matches. It's time to include Hulk Hogan. One of the most controversial figures. Look, Hulk Hogan back in the day is undoubtedly the biggest star in wrestling. He popularized wrestling. He's one of those iconic figures, and not the most iconic figure in wrestling. But let's be honest, he's done a lot of stupid shit. He's used backstage politics to get to where he is, to make himself the top guy. You know, he is a bona fide racist. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, he's not a racist. He apologized. Bullshit. He did not apologize. He was making an excuse for what he did. That's not the same. But besides, personally, what I feel about Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan left. He left WWF and joined WCW and turned heel and formed one of the greatest factions that were so dominant that for 82 weeks WCW would kill WWE or WWF back in the day, and that was Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Changed the landscape of wrestling. When WCW went under, the NWO will return in No Way Out 2002. And at WrestleMania 18 they built up a match. A dream match. At WrestleMania 18. Icon versus Icon. One of the biggest matches in wrestling history. Hulk Hogan versus The Rock. Now, the original plan was to do Stone Cold and Hulk Hogan, because those two were the respective faces of their company. Hulk Hogan was the face of the Golden Era, and Stone Cold was the face during the Attitude Era. It's just simple fact. That was the biggest match to do, but apparently, I don't know what happened. Some say that Stone Cold didn't want to lose to Hulk Hogan, or he was afraid that he'd get booed. You know, some people say Hulk Hogan didn't want to lose to Stone Cold. So, we may never know why the match never happened. Which was stupid. I don't know why they would not want to do that match. That match would have drawn serious money. But they realized, well, if this isn't going to work, we have one more option. And that was their second biggest star during that time frame. That was The Rock. And it did big numbers. And The Rock and Hulk Hogan was a huge match. It was a dream match. It was the match everyone was looking forward to. Let's be honest, the real main event. And I know I'll give WWE credit. They did go with Jericho and Triple H as the main event because Triple H won the Rumble. Usually when you win the Rumble, you main event the WrestleMania. So I give them the credit, they actually went with the Royal Rumble cut. But let's be honest, the real main event was Hulk Hogan and The Rock. That was the match everybody's looking forward to. That crowd was loud for that match. I mean, it was just the new generation versus the old generation. Past versus present. And let's not forget the NWO basically killing The Rock by running him over with a truck while he was in an ambulance. Yeah, they try to kill each other over a feud about is it Hulk Hogan's time or The Rock. So the match itself, let's be honest, the match itself was nothing like this was no like Zack Sabre Jr. versus like Sonata or something. This was not a technical masterpiece. But that doesn't mean the match was bad. It was great. It was a great, iconic match. You know, the tie-up and Hulk Hogan pushing The Rock got a huge ovation. A little bit storytelling if you've seen kind of a little bit of old Hulk Hogan there, because he was still Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Which, in my personal opinion, if I had to pick a Hulk Hogan that was my favorite, it'd probably be Hollywood Hulk Hogan. He just looked badass. He just looked cool. I mean, basically the match was a few slams, some punches, and used to have the strap, the belt, and some kickouts. And I said, not a wrestling masterpiece. I'll admit that. And I think everybody that puts this match on their list will say the same thing. But for a Hogan match, because Hogan was not the best for the greatest in-ring paralysis. Now, Rock was good in the ring, but he was no like Benoit or Eddie Guerrero. But it was still fun for what it was. The crowd was hot for it. The match was fun. It was an iconic match, and people still talk about the match to this day. Final moments when The Rock pinned Hulk Hogan won. You see Hulk Hogan extend his hand out and they shake hands. That's when the NWO came out, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, and they beat down Hulk Hogan. Rock came out, Hulk Hogan turned face. And then Hulk Hogan would kind of go on and off here in wrestling. Sometimes he'll stay, sometimes he wouldn't. You know, he wrestled a few times in 2002. In fact, he lost to Brock Lesnar episodes of SmackDown, a young upcoming Brock Lesnar. He had a rematch with The Rock at No Way Out the following year. And then, of course, Hulk Hogan would have another match at WrestleMania with Vince McMahon. That street fight. So, Hulk Hogan still became a big star. And he had some stinkers too. Like, he didn't just have a good match. Like, he had that match with Undertaker at Judgment Day, which was like a 9-minute main event, which was not that good, and probably sold one of the worst choke slams you'll ever see in that company's history. But this match was it was iconic. This was a WrestleMania match. This was a WrestleMania match. Two of the biggest stars, I mean, besides Stone Cold, going at it. And the crowd was erupted. They loved this match. They were full-blown out of their seat, cheering and booing whoever they wanted. In fact, the crowd was more in Toronto. They were cheering Hulk Hogan all the way. There was a few cheers for Rock, but everybody was behind Hulk Hogan. And I said they had a rematch at No Way Out 2003, which Rock still won. And that time the roles were reversed. Hulk Hogan was the babyface, and Rock was actually Hollywood Rock. He was a heel. So this match was very important to WrestleMania. I can't really say anything else about it. I mean, again, was it a technical masterpiece? But just one of those matches where you watch it, you get the chills, it's just fun. It's just a fun match to go back and watch. So I highly recommend you go back and watch this match. But for a lot of people, you already put this match somewhere on your top 10 or 15 or 20 favorite Mania matches. Just iconic. It had that big match feel. It was done the right way.